And in today's video, we're going to be discussing about
how we planned our entire engagement and how did we make it happen. This was on a lot of public demand, a lot of our friends, family, followers on Instagram. We don't have a lot of followers, but we do have a few.
And this video is because it is a budget-friendly engagement.
Eco-friendly, zero waste,
Yes.
no plastic, intimate, simple, minimalistic, Pinteresty.
Everything. Everything. And here are the 10 points you have to follow if you are planning for a budget-friendly, eco-friendly engagement in 2025.
Yes.
And here are the 10 points.
The first one is to discuss with your partner and your family.
And the second one is put down the plan in a piece of paper.
Yeah. The third one is going to be your guest list.
And the fourth one is going to be the budget.
Yeah. The fifth, the most important, one of the important, venue.
And the sixth one is going to be food.
Yes. Seventh is your clothing, your salon, makeup, etc.
And the eighth one is going to be, you have to make sure these memories stay forever with you to hire a photographer.
Yes. And the ninth is what are all the little elements that you want in your engagement party.
And the 10th one is going to be,
The most important one,
yeah, it's called the us time.
us time. We call it the us time.
Yes.
So let's get into the details then. The first one, that is,
Talking to your partner
yeah.
and the family.
Yeah, because it's not just the two of us, it's a family that you're gonna build, you're gonna have.
Yeah.
So,
And actually, this conversation started pretty long before our engagement. Actually,
Yeah.
it happened in part by part. Actually, we
Yeah.
spoke about. She started the conversation. I think once you and your partner figure out what you guys want, it's very important for you to discuss with your family.
we were very lucky. A lot of people did point it out to us that we were super lucky to have the kind of engagement that we had.
Yes.
And we were lucky because our families were very understanding. They agreed to whatever we wanted. So when we were discussing it with each other, I think it's very important for you and your partner to agree on things so that on the day you don't have any regrets and you don't have arguments that, let's face it, it's natural to have arguments and it's natural to have different views, but it's important that you stick to a common point.
Yes.
So we spoke about it being budget friendly, most importantly. I think the second we wanted it to be very simple, minimalistic, and
Eco-friendly.
yeah, and zero waste, no plastic.
Yes.
That was the highlight. And keeping this in mind, we planned the whole thing.
Things around it.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. So that's about talking to your partner and your family about it. Also, we had to figure out, since it's an interstate engagement or a relationship, we had to figure out
A
what.
lot of other things also actually.
Yeah.
Her rituals, my family's rituals, and a lot of other things. But we were able to find a common ground only after detailed conversation. Actually, it can't happen in one sitting or
Yeah.
one time you sit and talk to your partner and it will fall into place. It never happens like that. It comes through a continuous way of discussing and having the conversation and trying to find a
Yeah.
common.
And I think the more you talk about it, the more clear your priorities become.
True.
And you get a more clearer picture of what you want, what you don't want, what it's okay to let go and won't bother you much, but what you surely want in your engagement. Yeah, that really helped us.
Yeah.
Now, second point.
Putting it down on a piece of paper like this.
Yeah, so this we call it our wedding journal. I think we started this long before we even had a date fixed, long before we,
It's more like a manifesting actually. We put it down, we put out
Yeah.
what are the things we want and all the other things
Yeah.
actually.
It just
was
makes
pretty fun
sense.
to do it.
It was. So it's like you don't have to have a book. You can, if writing it down in your phone works out for you, or if putting it out on a mood board or pinning
And-
it up.
Yeah, and actually I think when you're doing this, we also had the same idea. There is no boundary actually. You don't have to
Yeah.
think about, okay, this is how traditionally they have done, this is what we have to do. Nothing like that. You can just put whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can bring in elements while keeping the traditional values, the culture, everything in place. And I think that's exactly what we did for girls, and for people like me for whom planning and scheduling helps. This is a very important step. And we girls, always being the single daughter, you always imagine how your engagement or wedding is going to be. So make it happen. You can have all of it. Search around, do your research.
It just takes time.
It just takes time, but yeah.
But it's fun.
It's super fun. It's super fun when you put it down on paper. You'll be like, oh shit, there's a lot to plan. Oh shit, there's a lot to do. Pinterest really helped me.
Really helped.
So that's about the second point, putting it all down on the paper.
Third one is a guest list. You have to figure out who you're gonna call, who are gonna be there when you're exchanging the rings or just celebrating you on that day, right? And we made sure we were very particular about the guest list being very small.
Yeah, that was something we were very sure about it. It should have a boundary. I think you should bring up that boundary. A lot of people can get offended. A lot of people can get upset. A lot of people may want to be a part of your day, but in the end, it's about what you both want. Plus, you cannot invite 100 people and plan a budget-friendly thing.
And we know it's very hard to cut down people and figure out who you want to
But
call.
there is a nice way to do it. You won't have to. So it was actually a surprise to everyone that we got engaged. So our guest list had 30 people, out of which 20 turned up.
Yeah.
So our entire engagement, including the photographer crew, etc., and our parents and everything, it was 23 people.
Yeah.
That's all the people that were there in our engagement. So once you have that, you know how much you want to spend for this month.
True.
And what is really worth it. So yeah, it was a task, but we did it.
Okay. And the next point is
The budget.
okay. You really have to figure out how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
And how you want to spend also.
Yeah. And on what you want to spend. That's super important.
It's very important. So get a number down. We had a number in mind. For example, we had something like 50.
We had 50k in mind. That 50k is all we're going to spend in total.
Yes, the important point to add is 50k doesn't include the rings.
Yeah, that is an investment, so we are not counting it in our spending.
And all the other things, literally every single one of them falls under the 50k.
50k.
Yes.
Including your clothing, everything.
Everything. We'll discuss that
Salon,
further.
yeah.
We'll let you know.
So our budget was
50k.
It can be plus or minus 10, 15. That also you can decide.
But have a number.
Have a number.
Yeah.
And second, allocate certain funds. For example, we decided that more than 5k we're not going to spend on our clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine, the blouse stitching, the altering, everything had to come in 5k. Like that you can set up a budget.
Yeah.
That leads us to the next point, which is the
Venue.
yeah. And we were sure that half or majority part of our budget will go into the venue.
Actually, venue has two things. There are two venues you have to consider.
We had
to consider. You can also consider two, or it can be one also.
Or you can completely cut down and do it at your home.
Yeah, whatever it works. But the venue is going to be, first one is going to be the place where you're going to get engaged. The ritual is going to happen, whether you're going to change the rings or change the mala, whatever your ritual can be. And the second is the place where you're going to address your friends, gather your friends around, or the family around, and have a lunch or a dinner or a breakfast or a brunch, whatever you want to have, right? For us, we went to a temple to get engaged. All the ritual happened in a temple, and we went to a venue where our friends and the family gathered.
So we live in Bangalore, so we had to figure out and plan out every little thing so that it's not, too much hassle for everyone. So the one thing we kept in mind was it has to be near our house.
Near our house,
So that one.
Near our house, and also both the venues has to be near to each other.
Yeah. So both the venues has to be near to each other, and the place has to be close to our house, so that it's not a hassle on the day for you to travel from this place to that place, and there's a confusion and it's confusing for the guests, etc. And two, you can also cut down on the travel cost that way. That brings us to the next point.
Next point is going to be the very important thing for all the guests who are going to come to that function of yours, which is food. I personally believe people generally remember the food.
It is an
for a pretty long
experience.
time. Exactly, it is an experience.
So one advice is please test the food there priorly.
There are two ways this point can work. The venue where you are going to gather your friends and family, right? A lot of times the venue itself takes care of the catering and the serving and all those things. For us, it felt like that. Actually, the venue was able to take care of all these things. But if you are planning to do the catering separately, you don't want the venue to take care of it. You want it to be really a very customized option. You can also figure out a caterer who can do that for you. All up to you, actually.
Yeah, it was easier for us and more budget friendly for us with the food and the venue being in place. I think a lot of the budgeting came into action after the venue was decided, because the venue had in-house catering. So the food, the serving, the arrangements, the
Everything
table,
was taken
everything
care.
was taken care of.
No, actually, we just had to book the place and figure out what are the things we want, and rest everything fell into place.
Yeah.
For us.
We did not have to pay separate rent for the space we were utilizing. Everything came in per plate cost and the number of people that were going to be there. So we had just told him that round figure 25 people are going to be there.
Yeah.
And the per plate costing for us was 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
So 25, let's say 25k went in the food and the venue.
Yes.
So which leaves us with another 25k to plan the rest of the things around.
Yeah. So the next point and the seventh point is
Clothing, salon, makeup, hair,
all those things.
etc.
Clothing wise, what did we say?
Our budget was within 5k. 5k is also a stretch. Within 5k, everything has to be sorted.
Like my outfit and her outfit with the accessories.
Stitching, altering, everything that is there.
New chappals,
Yeah,
lot of things.
everything. And we decided to make use of whatever we had only.
Already, yes.
Basically.
Yes. One day we decided today we're just gonna go out, go to places and figure out what color, what we want and everything.
Important thing, you might want to do or you might not want to do this step, but
This is a girl scheme.
yeah, I really wanted a color palette.
Yeah.
I really wanted to have a range of colors. We're gonna put that up there so you can see. So this was what we decided, and so
And this is what we got.
yeah. So I think it was pretty close. See, let's be real. It's gonna be just for like 2-3 hours. The whole thing is gonna be. Now, if you really want to spend a lot of money on your clothing and then never wear that costume again ever in your life, it made no sense to us.
So we made sure we bought clothes which we can wear again.
And remember our day that we used this, and also we did not want it to be a non-sustainable material or something like that. So we made sure it was cotton or linen, and it was not synthetic fiber. So when we meant sustainable and eco-friendly, it included our clothes as well. And I did not want to go for silk because killing of silkworms, etc. I wanted it to be ahimsa. So I think that's how we figured out our costume. It took us one day. The trick is to go local.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a budget friendly
Local
thing.
for the local.
Yeah. Honestly, we don't find shame in accepting that we did not go to the big showrooms. The most important thing next is the salon.
Yes.
So a few quick tips. One, you it's better if you find a place that is nearby to where you're living and the venue, etc. So the travel.
For us, actually, the venue, the salon, our house, and
the
temple, everything just fell around the same radius of 3 to 4 kilometers.
Next important tip: always ask for a trial. Please check your hair type. We will make a separate video of that because things did go wrong. Disclaimer.
We
only figured out much later. But we'll. Please comment down if you want us to make complete videos of any of the other topics that we've referred to, because it was a whole experience, honestly. But please do a trial. Please give a very fixed look of what you want your makeup to be and everything. So this is what I had given, the reference picture, and this is what I got. I was pretty satisfied, but yeah.
Coming to the point number 8, the photographer, who is going to help you guys create that memory which is going to last for a very long time. Because of her, we started understanding creating mood boards and creating all the things on the Google and Pinterest and all those places. So we figured out a few photos and everything. We gave him as a sample, and we were able to almost get the same result actually. Just fine actually, it was fun.
Yeah, it's important that the photographer understands what you're looking for, what kind of a setting you want. When it came to us, we wanted a really vintage kind of a vibe, a very simple. So apart from the venue, the next place where we thought we could spend a considerable amount of budget was on the photographer.
For sure. Yeah.
This is completely your choice for what you want.
And actually, this is something we have to add. The photographer didn't fit under our budget. We had to extend our budget to hire the photographer and do the things, but it was worth everything. For sure. And the next step, planning activities for your guests.
Which you can again completely skip, but we wanted to have a whole experience or something.
You can just see. We did few things which we really liked, and you can also do research on Google, see what suits your friends group. So one of the things we did was we actually printed a postcard for us, and we handed over to all our friends, the guests who were coming, even our parents actually, and asked them to write whatever comes to their mind at that particular point in time.
For us, for our day, it may be best wishes, recommendations, and we designed the postcard ourselves. We're going to put that up here too. We also included our cat Ro in it.
Yes.
He designed it and he did a really good job. The other activity that we did involve, not particularly an activity, but we just wanted everyone to speak about us. So since it was our day,
it was pretty fun too.
We wanted his friends to bond with mine, my friends to bond with his, just get to know each other, icebreaker sort of a thing. And we performed.
Yes, just fun actually.
Music was one of the ways we connected, and we had to. So
yes.
It was super nerve-wracking because he is a musician and I had to sing in front of a group of really good musicians, but it was fun.
Very fun actually. She handled it very well.
Another thing that we thought would be really fun was making customized return gifts for all our friends.
Yeah. We really don't want to tell you guys what we give. That's up to you. What you give to your friends. But we made sure every part of the gift was customized, the packaging,
handmade,
the tag and everything. Actually.
Again, biodegradable.
Yeah.
And we'll put it up. You can see this is what we gave. We had so much fun making this as well together. And we went vocal for local. We bought it from the local vendors, helped them also get some business.
In a good budget.
Next, we also cut down on any boards, any posters, anything printed. We got a very old school blackboard and asked our friends, took our friends' help to decorate it, and that's, I think, the little things just bring you so much joy.
Yes, true.
That brings us to the 10th and the
one,
last
one.
and the most important thing that really brings all of these things together and make sure you have an experience, and that
is the us time. Us not only means the couple, right?
Yeah, the everything, the whole experience. So, see, we cut down on the mehendi, everything. He put the mehendi. He and my best friend put the mehendi for me. So that was at home. We cooked for everyone at home the previous night. Our parents came home. So
it was like, it was pretty nice to just sit with your parents and your friends and talk
unwind.
about it. Exactly.
So when we say us time, I think we really promised each other that we would not let anything affect us, our mood of what we wanted, because let's be real, when it's a family event, things
Lot of different minds, lot of different thoughts.
are going to happen. And even though this was a 25 people affair, it was a little tricky because we were doing everything else, and we were scared that amidst doing everything and planning everything, we would be so caught up that we wouldn't get to live the day with each other.
Yeah. But yeah, that's fun actually.
It was very nice. We were very mindful. We soaked
The us
in.
time helped a lot actually.
Yeah, we pampered each other.
So the us time also, not only the time we spent with our parents and the friends the previous day, we also took some time in between all this planning, right?
We did.
Like for example, the day we went on shopping, that day evening we took for ourselves.
Yeah.
We got some good food, watched a movie.
It's important
ate
to
and-
not get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get overwhelmed
True.
and to think, oh, this is going to go wrong, or this is going to go wrong. But you just have to trust the process.
Yes.
Plan nicely. Don't get too lost. But even on the day, we spent so much time talking to each
Yes,
other.
yes,
I think that's what made it more candid and
Yeah.
special. So, yeah, that's about it.
Yes, those are your 10 points to consider if you are planning for a budget-friendly, eco-friendly engagement in 2025.
Hope you like it. Hope it was relatable. It's no rocket science.
Yes, yeah.
And
If you like the video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also press the bell icon so you'll be able to get notification if you release a new video. And we'll see you in the next one. Until then, see you.
please let us know what you want us to make a video about.
Yeah.
If any step in particular you want a more detailed explanation. That's about it.
Yes, drop in the comments. We'll see you some other time. Bye bye. Take care. Signing off. It's when.